Want to smoke a joint? Yeah.
Best feeling in the fucking world, and with the music, bliss, euphoria, nirvana, whatever you want to call it. But it was the most incredible feeling ever, and I was like, one with the music.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, Neil.
You're listening to an enhanced exclusive preview. Subscribe for more great music from Enhanced.
So, I'm Nick Stamp. I'm from Plainwell, Michigan. The topic that I wanted to talk about was death, where people go, and what they think about it. That's my topic for today. You still there?
Hello and welcome to The Experience Podcast. My name is Neil. I am a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. Joining me today is...
What can I hear? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can't hear nothing.
Really? Yes, the volume's good on my end. Hello, hello?
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud
Yeah,
and clear.
my phone cut out for a sec.
Okay, right on.
All right, cool.
So we got the intro, so I guess I can redo the intro. So welcome to the Experience Podcast. I am a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. My name is Neil, and joining me today as a guest, as a being expressing his truth, is a very special person. If you want, go ahead and introduce yourself and...
Yeah. I'm Nick Stamp. I'm expressing what people think about different beliefs on death and where people go when they do die, or where they'll end up, and how it affects them. And I'm from Plainwell, Michigan, and that was my topic for this evening.
So, did you grow up in Michigan? Is that like your home state?
No, I was born and raised in Oregon.
Okay.
I moved out here because my whole family lived out here.
Sure, right on. Super cool. So, like, with your experience, what is your experience with death? Have you experienced death like firsthand among family and friends?
Well, like I've come close to experiencing death. I've been in a lot of car wrecks, and I burnt myself really bad when I was a little kid. And
The time he really almost died was when he had meningitis.
yeah, when I was about 5 years old, I got real sick. I had a spinal meningitis, and it formed a cloud. The sickness had formed a cloud around my brain, and I couldn't see, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk.
Wow.
And my mom had rushed me to the hospital with an ambulance driver, and
the ambulance.
the ambulance had taken me to the hospital with my mom, and then they flew me from a jet from Roseburg, Oregon, up to Portland, Oregon, and it was a Panda jet team or something like that. Anyway, they life flied me from Roseburg, Oregon to Portland, Oregon. Then I was up there for like 2-3 weeks in a Rosemary Children's Hospital,
Okay.
and that was a close experience to death. I almost died in that time.
Have made it
They
few
said
hours
if
later.
I'd have made it an hour or a few hours later, I would have died.
Wow, that's incredible. So, what did it take for you to overcome that? Was it pure the medical staff, or what was your process with overcoming that experience?
I think it was the medical staff that really like put a lot of effort in and helped me get to where I was, and help bring me back to like the capability where I could like walk and still talk to people and stuff. And
Sure.
it I had to teach myself how to walk again. Well, my mom and my brothers helped me.
Wow. So, like,
Yeah, that's
like with having such a close experience, like, did you have any like near death experience, or was it more of a like a physical illness?
it was I think it was like physically that like it physically hurt my body like when I did get sick. And
Sure.
like I was so little at the time, my body was so little. I don't know if I seen a light or I seen somebody or anything,
Okay.
because I don't remember it, but
Uh-huh.
it did physically hurt my body, and it physically did hurt my body and my being as a person.
Sure. So, do you
Yeah, I
feel
mean
like,
it was scary.
oh, sure. For sure for a 5-year-old. And so, like, how has
Yeah.
that affected your life, like present day? Or has it affected it?
Um it it gave me a speech impediment as well, and I had to overcome that. Like I had to drop after learned how to walk and stuff again, and start talking again. I used to slur my words, and I couldn't say like my R's or my S's,
Sure.
and I had to go through a lot of like speech classes and stuff after that because of how
Uh-huh.
sick it had made me.
Okay.
And I think it made me like a slow learner, because like anytime I'd be in class, like I'd always write like the paragraphs we'd have to write down. I'd always be like the last one to finish because
Sure.
I'd have a problem pronouncing stuff at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I've overcome a lot since then, and I hardly ever get sick, and I just try to stay healthy as I can for my body and my being, because health is
Sure.
important to me.
What do you attribute your like not getting sick to? Like, what are some habits that you implement that contribute to that?
Well, I just eat a lot, like I try to like eat a lot of hot foods and stuff so I don't get sick. And I uh I drink a lot of beer like here and there. Like that's always helped me. I smoke a lot of pot. That keeps like the fever down for me.
Okay. Sure. So, like with how, what is your, so you brought up like a question that somebody had asked you about, like, do you believe in heaven or hell? What is your like personal view on that?
Well, like I figure while I'm still like alive and stuff, like say when I was sick and if I would have died when I was about 5, like I don't know if like I'd have seen like an afterlife, or a happy place or just seen nothing. So like I feel like while I'm still alive and living this earth and meeting new people and becoming friends with new people, that I'm in heaven right now. And when I do pass on, whichever way I do, that'll be hell to me, because I won't be alive anymore to meet more people and give my love out to anybody, or my respect or my prosperity.
Sure. That's a very fascinating perception. Like, how I kind of view it is like, I view as we're alive right now, we're kind of in like a cosmic school, and like we're learning lessons. Like I feel like when we die, we like transfer to a different reality per se, and it might not necessarily be nothing, but I feel like it's something, even though it might be different than the one that we're currently experiencing. That's kind of how I view it.
Yeah, I I like it too, because everybody has like their different viewings of like what death does bring and what it won't bring. Like everybody has their different perspectives and beliefs about it. And
Correct.
I never disgrace or go against anybody's beliefs, and like where they think they'll go when they die. If that's where they think they'll go, then that's where they'll go.
Sure. So, like, how do you, like, what's your perception on, like, sin and forgiveness?
On sin and forgiveness,
Sure.
well, I got a tattoo on my chest that says disloyalty is unforgivable. So like I figure like if you did a sin and went behind someone's back and did them dirty, that was like unforgivable, then maybe sometime down the road, I guess you could find it in your heart to probably forgive that person after such a long time, unless it was like something tragic that they did to disturb your life and your
Sure.
well-being. Then I'd say that's unforgivable, because that's disloyalty.
Okay. So, like, I carry
And
a, like, with the, so what about, like, with the sin?
so like a sin is a sin to me would be like if you killed someone out of anger, like type of deal. Like someone made you mad, and it made you mad over like a little thing, and you got so mad you just like went and killed them out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
Then that'd be a sin, because like say they took a few bucks from you, or they just took something that meant a lot to you, like something that a dead parent or someone gave you, like your grandpa's pocket watch or something, and then you
Sure.
got mad over it, and you ended up fighting with that person. You hit them wrong, and you killed them. I figure that'd be a sin. But that sin, you never know, it might be forgivable.
Mm-hmm. Like, I have this perception that I carry, like, that there's no coincidences or accidents, like, in this universe. Like, I feel that everything happens according to divine purpose. And, like, with that,
Yeah,
it's almost like when this, so even with the scenario where, say, the person gets mad and like over somebody and he kills someone, let's say out of hatred, I kind of feel like that's almost like a perfect situation, like to the point where I don't even recognize a sin being done. What I recognize is that he did an act that was maybe not true to his true being. And maybe because of the thoughts that he has about the situation or how that situation, how it affects him with the law, how it affects him with his family. I kind of feel like the person that does the act kind of reaps the consequences or the fruits of whatever he did. And it's not so much something that we're kind of punished for after this life, but because he might have negative thoughts about the situation or he might be in jail because of the situation, he's kind of being punished for what he did in this life.
Yeah, and you know, like some people could go out and like kill someone for the right reason, like a murderer or rapist. Like someone go out and kill one of them
Sure.
type of people for the right reason. Then they end up doing life in prison, and then you get like people that like murdering people and raping people. They get away with it scot free most of the time because the jurisdictional system, they say, oh well, them people, they got a problem. Then you get the guy that goes and kills the people that do the murdering and raping, and the judge and jury, they show no mercy on that guy. He's a murderer. It's in his blood and his DNA, they say, and something
Right.
that can't be fixed in his head. But they think rapists and killers that like raping people, they think them people should be forgiven and they could have their sins forgiven. I don't believe in that though. I think the ones that get killed and I think the ones that get killed for the raping and stuff, I think they got what they had coming.
I totally feel that. I feel exactly where you're coming from. Absolutely. But
And
that's kind of where
you know,
go for it. Whatever you were going to say.
well, yeah, like I figure like the people that do get killed for like the raping and killing of women and children, when their fate finally meets them, I figure they had it coming to them because they made a bigger sin than the person that took their life made. And at the end of the day, can a sin like that be forgiven? Not in my eyes, or
Mm-hmm.
most people I know, not in their eyes either.
Sure.
But in God's eyes, and whatever them one people believe before they go, maybe it'll be forgiven wherever they go.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't forgive it where I went.
Sure. So, yeah, it's super fascinating, like to like run those scenarios because, like you were saying, like there is that scenario to where you have this maybe rapist or a killer that maybe somebody he gets taken out. Like that's it's a fascinating scenario because of the point where yes, he was maybe not the nicest person, but also the act performed to maybe eliminate him was also maybe not the correct action to take. So it's yeah, that's a super fascinating scenario. Um, so
Yeah,
like how do you view life? Like so what kind of is a purpose for life for you?
I feel like my purpose in life is the person that I am is like, I like to learn new things every day, like people's hobbies, what they do, and I like meeting people. I think my certain reasons for being like on this earth is to love my family and all my friends and just travel around the nation and meet new people and stuff and just being a traveler and helping people out. I think that was my purpose of being in life.
That's amazing. And like you say
So like,
that, it's fascinating to me because you say that like simply, and it's like it's a very simple concept, and it's not like it's this huge overblown thing where like you've got like a list of paper where you've got to check mark 5, 10 things off this paper and turn this in at this certain spot and make this right turn and make sure and you pick up the walnuts while you make the right turn. It's you don't have any of that. Like there's what you just said was travel the country and help people. Like it's simple and it's beautiful. Like that's I feel like looking at my own life and looking at other people's life, like we strive for like a purpose, and we work so hard to create a purpose. And if we would look like at our kind of like at our childhoods and see like what didn't we have when we were growing up, that's our gift that we get to present to the world. Like what we
yeah,
lacked
and
or what we didn't have, because we know what it feels like to not have that. So we can express it so much more to other people.
yeah, and like where I grew up, like everybody was really helping everybody, but then at like them certain times in people's lives, like people quit getting out and they quit helping people because they think they've helped people so much in their lifetime and never gotten nothing back. Because usually
Uh-huh.
where I was growing up, like where I was growing up, everybody gave something back, and I think that's what made me the guy that I am. Like if somebody like fronts me something, like money wise, I usually pay them back. It's like say like they gave me $40. Usually next time I see them, I'll give them like $60, 50 if they
Sure.
fronted me.
Uh-huh.
It's like that's just the type of guy I am, and I think that's the type of respect that people should receive from other people.
Yes, I totally agree with that. So, how do you see like uh the death impulse and like the Christ consciousness, like doing good? How do you see that like in your own life?
Um, well, it was kind of different like growing up because like I really didn't have like a mom and dad growing up. Like I did, but I didn't because like my stepdad always works at the mill, and he'd come home, maybe watch a movie, then go to bed. And then my mom, she was a partier. She liked always partying with her friends, going out for a couple of days, coming back, sleeping, and
Uh-huh.
waking up, doing stuff around the house. Then she'd be gone and party again. And I had my brothers and my friends growing up, so like I was always running around. I was meeting new people, hanging out with older people than me. Some people 20, 40 years older than me, and I was always hanging out with older people, like learning like I was always learning old ways and old school things, and I was always learning new things too at the same time, developing with my younger friends. Even though I hung out with
Sure.
older people and learned old tricks, and like so, growing up was like kind of different for me, but it made me the honest person that I am today.
Sure. I'd like to go over some of like the Christ consciousness, like, so we're talking like not physical here. We're talking like energy and like some examples of like this Christ consciousness, and it's an energy. And like when people begin to embody more of this, like an example is they feel more connection, like they feel more connected to other people. They feel more love, also more balance just in like daily lives and doing things. They feel more unity, like a sense of being together, like having that connection, like meeting people that you kind of knew that you were meant to meet. There's healthier foods because you're eating consciously. You watch nature more rather than watching news, watching all these distractions. And that's kind of like this Christ consciousness energy that's presenting itself more and more on the planet. And like at the same time that's happening, because it's light, like when you bring more light into darkness, like more darkness gets exposed kind of because of this light. And so then there's like the complete opposite of that, where it's like the death impulse, or it could be thought of as maybe like the antichrist impulse, or like it's just the complete opposite of the Christ consciousness. And these are like energetic. And some things from the death impulse is like separation, feeling no connection, feeling hate or fear, also like a fragmentation rather than balance. It's like you feel fragmented within the being. Also separation or like individuality is with this death impulse. Unhealthy foods and like watching a lot of news, watching a lot of media, it goes right along with that death impulse. And so like that's something that I've been learning about, and I'm constantly kind of learning more about it. Can you relate to anything with that?
Um, well, I could probably like relate to like the Christ saying, like the energy that, like, say, some people like they believe in Jesus Christ and they believe in like when they're sick and stuff, like if they pray to Him, He'll make their being well better, and
Sure.
like make them feel better, and like say someone's on their deathbed and the person that loves them's praying that they're gonna be all right, or they're gonna go to like heaven or a betterly place,
Uh-huh.
and they'll be in peace.
Sure.
Brings them energy because it's the faith. It's the faith in their belief that they rely on, and that's where they hope to go when they die. Like take like the Vikings perspective. Like they didn't believe in God and Jesus Christ. They believed in like the gods, their gods, like Odin and Thor and Loki and all the other gods. And they believed in when they died and stuff, they'd go to Valhalla. Like that was their heaven.
Yes.
That so like when they'd like pray to their gods and stuff, they'd have beliefs and energy that when they died like an honorable death or something, that's where they go. They go to eat in the great halls with like Odin and his children and stuff, and their brothers and sisters. And like you got people that believe in Jesus Christ and Jesus. like they believe they'll go have their last meal up in heaven with them. And like I said, their faith and their beliefs is what gives them all the energy to like get through life and stuff.
Correct. That's a powerful statement, what you just said right there.
Thank you.
And like, so how does that, how do you see that in your own life? Like, what gives you that next kind of gusto to take that next step and to wake up tomorrow and to embrace the new day? Or what gives you that get up and go?
What gives me my get up and go is that I know I got to wake up another day to meet someone else. You know, like I got to wake up another day to help someone else. And, you know, in my mind, I figure I'll live till I'm in my late 60s, early 70s. Then, like I said, when I do pass on, will I go to heaven or hell? I have no idea, but I know I got friends in both places, so I guess I'll just wait to see which friend I see first.
That's super cool. Like being able to, because it's so fascinating also that like there's pretty much not one person alive right now that knows exactly what happens when we die, because of the pure fact that we are alive. And like just pointing out that you don't know if you're going to heaven or hell, that's that is super cool. Also, just knowing, being aware of the mystery, like it is a mystery, and just having peace with that, being able to accept the mystery.
Yeah, it's like one of the greatest mysteries in the world because no one's ever figured it out.
Right.
It'd be crazy if someone could figure it out, but I highly doubt anybody will ever figure it out.
Sure. Would you like to continue more on this topic?
No, not really, because I gotta wake up and go to work real early in the morning. But yeah, that was really my topic, and like just what people believe in about other beliefs and where they think they'll go when they die.
Sure. I feel your heart, and I thank you so much for expressing yourself. You can add my Snapchat at neilman25.
All right, yeah, I got you on Snap.
Do you want to present your social media or for the viewer so that they can add you?
Yeah. You can follow me on Facebook or add me, Nick Stamp. It's a picture of me and my brother and my nephew behind us. And you can follow me on Snapchat. It's Stamp 1972. And that's my Snapchat. And I really enjoyed this talk with you. And I hope people really enjoy this video and they put a lot of good words onto it and what their beliefs are.
Absolutely. Thanks again for being here and for expressing yourself and just taking a time to contemplate like some of the biggest questions that are out there today, and just being here and being here fully and being here for yourself as well as for other people. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I'm going to get ready to end this here. To all the viewers, stay blessed. stay multidimensional, continue experiencing. Peace, brother.
Peace, bud. You have a great one.
I'll do that. You too.
You as well, brother. Good night.
Good night.